Bermuda Broadcasting Company is pleased to present the 2018 FIFA World Cup from Russia, June 14th to July 15th. This will mark the 21st FIFA World Cup, featuring 32 national teams, covering 64 matches, played in 12 venues located in 11 cities. The final will be held July 15th in Moscow. Be a part of the history. You don't want to miss FIFA World Cup 2018.
Great for Sunday dinner, certified Angus beef, top sirloin roast, only $9.49 per pound. Halo clementines, just $9.99 for a 3-pound bag. For a cool treat, Breyer's ice cream, only $6.99 for a 48-ounce tub. Chobani yogurts, just $1.99 for a 5.3-ounce tub. Keebler double cheese snack mix, only $4.29 for a 9.7-ounce box. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Tuesday, April the 3rd. I'm Tarai Trott, and thanks for joining us tonight. The Bermuda Tourism Authority is hoping to bring millions of dollars to the island by persuading super yacht tourism to come here. This follows the America's Cup when 100 of the vessels visited, with over $14 million spent by owners and crew. But the authority says there will need to be significant legislative changes before Bermuda becomes a favorite destination for the yachts. Jasmine Patterson reports.
Super yachts, a luxurious mode of travel for the super wealthy. Now the BTA hopes they will become a permanent fixture at Bermuda's various marinas.
We saw when they came for America's Cup how these vessels, there are several points of engagement, not for large companies on the island, but actually for small businesses on the island, for service providers across the economy. So everything from babysitting to massage therapists to florists to taxi operators, etc.
The America's Cup saw a whole fleet of super yachts arrive at the island. A report from the consultant firm PwC said they brought more than $14 million to the local economy, with owners and staff spending on fuel, accommodation, and things like mooring fees. The BTA sought feedback from the super yacht captains. A number of super yacht captains interviewed during the America's Cup last summer said Bermuda has natural beauty and is very attractive as a sailing destination. However, some of the weaknesses included charter restrictions, lack of repair infrastructure, value and cost, as well as isolation from other super yacht destinations. So it could potentially mean very good business for Bermuda, but some legislative changes will be needed.
If a yacht is able to charter in a destination, it means they can actually generate revenue for themselves, which actually means that they stay longer as well. So that means for the destination, more spend. The longer they stay, the more they spend on the island.
The BTA says it would like to see the arrivals process for people on yachts relaxed, along with some work permit regulations for specialized repair staff and tax rules. It also wants yacht owners to be allowed to charter out their vessels. That's currently heavily restricted.
And we've been in a great, very positive dialogue with the government about this. The government is considering allowing visiting yachts to charter when they come to Bermuda as a permanent policy change.
Other changes could boost the number of super yachts arriving, waiving the duty paid by Bermudians who own these type of ships, for example.
There are residents who have super yachts, but many of them don't bring them here. And one of the biggest obstacles is that there's a significant customs fee for you to bring your yacht here. And so relaxing those kinds of regulations, it would be beneficial. It would mean that, people could not bring their yachts here for America's Cup, even though they live here, which seems a bit ironic. And so that's all part of what the government is contemplating right now as well.
The government is already considering some legislative changes, so Bermuda could see more super yachts visiting again as early as next year. But it's an open question, actually, how many will turn up. Even with the alterations, Bermuda could be competing with some of the world's most exclusive and most desirable locations. And the BTA is confident, if passed, a booming superyacht revenue stream could arrive as early as next year, giving a boost to local businesses. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Residents of the western neighborhood of Ely's Harbor are breathing a sigh of relief tonight after a sunken boat leaking fuel was removed from the waters there. That happened yesterday. It's not clear who owns the vessel. Local resident Jay Rihalomo was the first person to alert the authorities and then posted images of the wreck to Facebook.
So we came home on Friday evening, and there was a strong smell of diesel in the neighborhood. Woke up Saturday morning, looked out the window and on the porch, and noticed that one of the boats that's regularly moored out here was actually on the bottom. And called Harbor Radio at that point just to let them know, and they said they might be able to contact the Marine Police and see what and track down the owners and see what could be done.
And you went into action yourself, and you put something online.
Well, when nothing had kind of taken place, there was no action to be seen. By Sunday morning, there was a good oil slick from fuel or oils or lubricants from the boat drifting around the harbor, which is concerning. And I just thought, something should be done about this to help protect the environment and this beautiful area that we all have to enjoy.
A private firm was eventually brought in to raise the boat from the water, but Mr. Rihalomo believes a public plan should be in place to quickly remove vessels which pose an environmental hazard.
It's surprising that there aren't an action plan in place where they'd put a boom or something floating around a submerged vessel like that, just to contain those contaminants in the water. All the fuels and oils float to the top naturally, and I think most fuel stations and even marinas on the island have some kind of floating piece that you can wrap around and kind of corral those pollutants.
Well, responding to this story, a government spokesperson has confirmed that this matter was brought to the attention of the fisheries warden over the weekend. The Maritime Operations Center was subsequently advised that the owners were seeking to have the vessel removed on Monday. Well, the Carnival Cruise Line has taken official delivery of its latest ship, the 133,000-ton Carnival Horizon, with the vessel set to visit the island 5 times this year. It was handed over at a ceremony at Italian Shipyard this weekend and will now make its first voyage to New York. The ship is the 26th in the company's fleet and will carry almost 4,000 passengers. It has several swimming pools and a Dr. Seuss-themed onboard water park and an IMAX cinema. The ship's delivery comes as Carnival announced it is working with LGBTQ organization Out Bermuda to reverse Bermuda's Domestic Partnership Act, which reversed the act, which took place recently.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
Pumps make our world go. Cars, washing machines, oil rigs, submarines, all have pumps. The heart is a pump too, and like all pumps, it has parts that wear out and need to be replaced. But the heart isn't easy to get to. First, surgeons have to cut through a protective cage. But what if you could get to the heart the same way blood does, through an artery? Researchers at Columbia and Weill Cornell, working with New York Presbyterian, pioneered an artificial aortic valve that folds closed, like an umbrella. Doctors guide the valve through arteries to the heart, where it unfolds and goes to work. Techniques like TAVR may soon replace open heart surgery altogether. Patients could check in the morning and leave with a rebuilt heart the very next day. That's amazing. And it's happening right here at New York Presbyterian.
The brewers of one of the island's most popular beers, Stella Artois, has announced a partial recall of some bottles, saying they may contain small pieces of glass. The local distributors, Goslings, is advising people to check the best before dates on 11.2-ounce bottles. The brewers say a glass packaging flaw at a production facility could cause a small piece of glass to break off and fall into the bottle. Gosling says less than 1% of bottles sold in Bermuda are affected.
It's a voluntary partial recall. So what they're doing, it's not a step where the Consumer Affairs Bureau is saying that this particular shipment needs to be returned to the distributor. This is something that Stella Artois has on its own undertaken, and they are concerned with the bottles coming out of a particular brewery in Belgium. And they are concerned that there might be, because of the quality of the glass, there might just be, I'm not sure whether it's in the bottling process or in the taking the cap off process, but where a little bit of the glass may shatter and actually go into the beer. And obviously you don't want to be drinking shards of glass. But this is only applicable to 2 shipments that we have received. One was in February of 2017, and the other one was on the 6th of June in 2017. And you will see on the back of the label there's a little black rectangle, and there's a best consumed by date, which is either the 20th of February 2018 or the 6th of June 2018. And if any of our consumers out there on the island have either of those 2 dates, please get in contact with us, and we will be very happy to replace or give a full refund on that particular purchase.
Customers should look at the back labels of bottles to check the best before date. If it displays a date of either the 2nd of February this year or one of June the 6th this year, they should be returned to Goslings for a refund. All other Stella Artois beers that expire outside of those dates are deemed to be safe. PLP MP Chris Famous is back on the Rock after a heartfelt visit to the British Virgin Islands, where he holds family links. Mr. Famous, whose mother, June, hails from the BVI capital of Tortola, used the visit not only to reunite with his family, but to reinforce the cultural links between the 2 British territories.
Well, initially, I went for my great-aunt's funeral, and then evolved into a family reunion, as many of us live outside of Tortola. So we came back in for the funeral. So see family and get to see the island and friends and check on things after the hurricane.
And speaking about the hurricane, we all know that BVI was among a few countries devastated by Maria.
Well, Irma first.
Irma and then Maria.
Irma on September the 6th, and then 2 weeks later, Maria.
Is it still recovering?
I would say yes. A lot has been done since Irma, but a lot more has to be done. You could see mostly with the houses, it wasn't so much structural damage, but it was more roof damage because their roofing system isn't the same as ours. And there's very few roofs in the world that could stand up to what was essentially a Category 6 hurricane.
Mr. Famous says his family and the BVI only had their power restored in February, some 4 months after it was hit by the 2 hurricanes. Both Bermuda and the BVI are British territories, but is there a difference in how the 2 countries respond to extreme weather?
I would say it's similar. The challenge in the BVI presently is that the insurance companies, or one insurance company in particular, has been very slow with payouts towards like say if someone lost their roof, they need $200,000 to put it back on. The insurance companies, because of the volume of devastation, have been 1, slow to get the adjusters there, and 2, slow for the payouts. The second part that is challenging is that they have so many containers coming in. There's a backlog of containers to get off the dock in order to give the people the supplies that they need to fix their homes. So I would say the main difference between Bermuda and the BVI is the quickness in which Bermudian insurance companies actually give you payouts.
Coming up after a short break, the latest weather forecast, and coming home, news of a memorial for American teenager Mark Dombrowski in Philadelphia.
All my life is changing every day, in every possible way. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me. 'Cause you're a dream to me.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. That's what dreams are made of.
Jane just got diagnosed with dementia. Her doctor recommended home care service. Jane chose Bermuda in-home care, a full home care service with certified dementia care specialists available 24/7. Jane and her family was extremely happy when the caregiver showed up on time. The caregiver prepared her meals, reminded her to take medication, helped her with personal hygiene care, and solved puzzles with her. The family chooses Lighthouse Medical Supplies to set up all her durable medical equipments. Call Bermuda In-Home Care, 705-4424. Your one-stop shop for all your home care services and medical supplies. Taking the hassle out of healthcare, call now, 705-4424.
BEDC presents the St. George's Marine Expo, sponsored by Rubis. Come to Ordnance Island on Sunday, April the 8th. Experience a family fun day showcasing marine products and services. Tour the bio ship, the Atlantic Explorer. Get college and career info. Check out our art exhibit, rowing and sailing tasters and demonstrations. Visit the St. George's Vendor Market and the Kids Zone. That's Sunday, April the 8th at the St. George's Marine Expo.
Welcome back. In Philadelphia, friends and family are paying their last respects to Mark Dombrowski, who died while in Bermuda for a rugby tournament. The American teenager went missing after a night out, sparking a major search before his body was found, apparently after a fall. Earl Basin has more.
15 days after his lifeless body was discovered at the bottom of a moat in Prospect, former St. Joseph University freshman Mark Dombrowski will be remembered in 3 days of services this week in Philadelphia. Dombrowski was in Bermuda to compete in the Ariel Reed Bermuda International Sevens rugby tournament. Speaking with Bonnie Cook, a staff writer for the Inquirer Daily News at Philly.com, Mark's mother, Lisa Dombrowski, is quoted as saying, quote, "We are people of God, and we were hoping to find him alive, but we thought it was a gift from God that of the hundreds of people looking for him, it would be his brothers who would find him. We view that as something extraordinary." A forensic pathologist ruled out foul play, saying that Mr. Dombrowski died from injuries sustained in a fall. A police investigation into how and why he fell is ongoing. Mark's mother is quoted as saying, "We are still trying to get some answers," end quote. As word of his death spread, friends expressed their grief online. "There are no words to describe the heartbreak, the pain, the sadness, and every emotion I feel," wrote Dombrowski's girlfriend, Sabrina Yescas, a fellow St. Joseph freshman. "You were a shining light to this world, Mark Dombrowski. You really did change my life and made me the best and happiest person I could ever be," end quote. A funeral mass at 11 a.m. on Saturday, April 7th in the theater at the Archmere will be followed by a burial at the Calvary Cemetery in Media, Pennsylvania. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
More warm weather today, but how's the rest of the week looking? Let's find out with the latest AccuWeather forecast.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you this AccuWeather forecast here on ZBM. We have beautiful weather out there right now. There will be some changes brewing, though, as a strong cold front will be approaching. The most intense part of it will pass to the north, but it will bring some showers in our future the second half of the week, just for a day or so. Here we go with the current assessment of where the showers might be found, and you can see that we are generally in good shape. Most of this was just noise, essentially. Stray sprinkles maybe 30, 40 miles away earlier today. Most of us have been dry. 69 degrees currently across the island. Humidity's hanging out around 75%. Wind is basically calm, generally under 3 knots. The water temp is 65 degrees, unchanged from yesterday. Waves on the inside nearly flat because we've had a big friendly high pressure system parked over our heads, and since winds are calm, there's not much to push the water around, and things are pretty quiet. On the outside, we have 2 to 3 foot waves, which is also pretty pleasant. Good news for our boating friends after what was a pretty tumultuous March. Looking at tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, 65. The moon's still fairly large in the sky, and upcoming tides here, we do have the tide going out. On the way out, low tide around 11:41 tonight. High tide 6 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning, and then another low tide just before noon at 11:57. So as we look at the tomorrow forecast, it looks good. Sunshine, some clouds, still waiting for that next front to roll in. We'll be around 71 degrees for your high. A nice day. There's a good reason this is a popular place to live. So here we have this clockwise flow. You can clearly see an area of high pressure just to our northwest this evening, and this is what we can enjoy here for another day and a half or so. Turning the clock forward, it begins to wander east, and it will begin to more decisively push away to the east. So tomorrow we're looking at flow from the southeast and eventually from the south, and the wind is going to strengthen a bit. And here comes our next front. It will be strengthening and pushing in more decisively into the day on Thursday with some rain in our future. But until then, enjoy the midweek forecast. In Toronto, look at that, a little bit of a mix. Snow not over yet in eastern North America. New York, stormy, 60 degrees. There could be a few strong to possibly severe thunderstorms on Wednesday afternoon from especially Philadelphia and areas south along the east coast through the Carolina coast into parts of North Florida. Miami, you'll see some showers, still warm there. London, a little bit wet there. Down into the Caribbean, scattered showers into Jamaica, Barbados. Trinidad looks great, 88 degrees there, and our friends in Scarborough, Tobago will not be far behind. So here comes our front. It rolls in Thursday with showers. We expect everybody out there to see at least a shower or 2, maybe 3 on Thursday. We'll lose a couple degrees behind that front, but it won't be a big drop, and waves will pick up a little bit, the breeze will pick up a bit, but again, it will not be a repeat of some of the storms we had a month ago. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Select varieties of fresh attitude salads, just $4.99 for a 5-ounce package. Boneless pork chops or roast, only $4.99 per pound. Ajax regular with bleach laundry detergent, just $5.89 for a 50-ounce bottle. Sargento shredded cheese, only $3.99 for an 8-ounce package. Crisco vegetable oil, just $3.79 for a 32-ounce bottle. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.pm, or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
How much do you want for the cake? You accept doggy biscuits?
Bermuda's flag has been raised on the Gold Coast in Australia as the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony nears, while the identity of the flag bearer has also been revealed. Earl Bazin has the details and more in tonight's sports report.
Bermuda's welcoming ceremony at the village on the Gold Coast took place earlier today. The Commonwealth Games are set to get underway with the opening ceremony tomorrow, Wednesday. To the sound of "Hail to Bermuda," the Bermuda flag was raised and will remain flying for the duration of the Games. We can also reveal that Tyler Smith will be Bermuda's flag bearer at the opening ceremony for the Commonwealth Games. ZBM Sports can reveal that Bermuda has won the bid to host the 2020 Carifta Games in Bermuda. Meanwhile, Bermuda won their first and only medal of the 2018 Carifta Games in the Bahamas. Sakari Famous continued her streak of winning a Carifta medal after she finished third in the under-20 girls high jump with a top leap of 1.79 meters, collecting the bronze medal. During the under-20 boys 5,000 meter run, Robert Edwards finished 11th, clocking a time of 17:12.57, while 2 spots back was John Dow Cumberbatch, who was clocked at 17:29.15. Bermuda swimmers had another excellent morning as the Carifta Swimming Championships moved into day 3. During the morning session, the Bermuda swimmers will record 11 more personal best times from 27 swims, and they reached 16 finals. And it was yet another good night for the swimmers as they won 3 golds, 4 silver, and a bronze, taking their total medal count to 21 over 3 days. Elon Daly added to her gold medal count. She captured the 11 to 12 girls 200 individual medley gold. Daly would capture the 11 to 12 girls 50-meter breaststroke gold medal, and she would close out her performance with the 11 to 12 girls 100-meter freestyle gold medal. Sam Williamson won the silver medal competing in the 11 to 12 boys 50-meter breaststroke, while Logan Watson-Brown won the silver medal in the 13 to 14 girls 100-meter freestyle. In the 15 to 17 boys 100-meter freestyle, Kai Legbad won the silver medal, and the 13 to 14 girls 4x200-meter freestyle relay team of Watson-Brown, Gabby Pittman, Taylor White, and Daly won the silver medal. Madeline Moore won the 15 to 17 girls 100-meter freestyle bronze medal. Top triathletes have registered for the upcoming MS Emlyn World Triathlon Bermuda event set for April 28th. Flora Duffy is undoubtedly the focus point for Bermuda and the world, as she is the current world champion, but also in the field is the current #1 ranked female, Rachel Claimer. Kirsten Casper from the USA is currently ranked 4th in the standings. She's also registered, as is Melanie Santos from Portugal, who is currently ranked 5th in the standings. One of the highlight names in the men's field would be Jonathan Brownlee from England. Henry Schumann from Denmark is the current men's top point leader and is in the field, as is #2 seed Mario Mola from Spain. Frenchman Vincent Luis is currently 3rd on the list. Shaquille Deal represented St. Augustine University, and Dave Miners represented Franklin Pierce University at the 2018 Pepsi Florida Relays hosted at the University of Florida. Both Dill and Miners competed in the men's 800-meter college race. Dill finished 5th, while Miners finished 7th. On his way to turning in a school record performance, Dill was clocked at 1:48.70 while competing in the first heat of the 800 meters, while Miners laid down his fastest yet collegiate time. Dill qualified for the NCAA Division II Outdoor Championships. Dill's time was the 8th fastest of the week in all divisions. Dill ranks 3rd nationally in Division II in the event. Miners clocked a school record time of 1:48.99. The time met the NCAA Championship Provisional Qualifying Standard and was less than a quarter of a second away from the automatic qualifying standard. The Netball Association hosted their Who's Who tournament in the under-12 and under-16 divisions, as well as senior league play on Saturday at Bernard Park. In the under-12 Who's Who tournament, the Storm won the tournament after winning all 3 games, collecting 9 points. North Village Lady Rams Reds finished 2nd with 6 points, and the Phoenix Sparks finished 3rd. In the under-16 division, it was a 3-way tie, with every team having 1 loss, and it went down to goal leverage, and the Storm were declared the winners, with Phoenix Fire 2nd, and the North Village Rams finished 3rd. In senior league play, the Phoenix Heat defeated the Storm 57-24. The Heat were led by Danielle Reyna, who scored 53 goals, while the Storm got 8 goals from Nabila Nazir. In the other match, the Tigers defeated the North Village Lady Rams Reds 40-31. Cortland Boyle and his Trinity College men's tennis teammates picked up a 7-2 victory over Springfield College. In the doubles, Boyle and his partner Scott Danforth, playing in the #3 spot, defeated their opponents 8-1. It was back to action in the Bermuda Basketball Association's Winter League, sponsored by One, with yet another doubleheader that produced 203 points. Game 1 saw the Warwick Rimrockers defeat the Hamilton Parish Rockets 63-37. The second game of the evening, the Pedger Flyboys defeated the Court Kings 62-81. Dion Easton led the Pedger Flyboys with 14 points. He had 9 rebounds and 3 block shots, while the Smith Court Kings were led by Mike Coos, who scored 14 points. He would add 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block shot.
I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And the World Triathlon Series is calling for volunteers to act as road marshals and to help dismantle equipment on Saturday, April the 28th. That's when the amateur races and the elite men and women's races take place. It's a chance to see Flora Duffy and the rest of the world's best triathletes close up. Organizers of the races are asking people to sign up at trybermuda.com/volunteers. But you'll have to be quick. The closing day for applications is April the 9th, less than a week away. And that's our broadcast for tonight. We'll be back with all the island's top stories tomorrow night. Good night.